Okay, Messi is a free agent. Something happened with Barcelona, and what happened is that him and Messi and Barcelona agreed to a new contract. He was getting ready to sign it. He hadn't signed it yet because he was on vacation / playing with Argentina. And as soon as he came back, he was gonna sign it and officially be a Barcelona player for the next 5 years or so. At least that's how long the extension was. If he got to the end of the 5 years, who knows? Anyways, today La Liga told him and Barcelona that actually no, that salary would be way too much for you guys, and we're not allowing you to sign that contract because you haven't demonstrated an ability to pay that type of contract, and you're in so much debt. Which, fair enough, they are in a lot of debt. Barcelona's in a lot of debt. To be specific, Barcelona's spending was over 600 before the pandemic, and now it's around 347. These are in euros, million euros. And it's expected to be even less now. They needed a lot of other players to take pay cuts, and some did, but not enough. Their salary wasn't cut enough to be able to hand out the contract they're trying to give to Messi. Nothing can be reported yet, right? Because we just found out, and I'm pretty sure Messi probably just found out within today or yesterday that he's not going to be able to sign with Barcelona. So I'm sure he hasn't had a lot of time to start sussing out where his next options are coming from. But Messi requires a big, big salary. And there's not many teams in the world that can really pay that. You know, there's the Juventus of the world, the Manchester United of the world, the Chelseas of the world. But really, like the big, big spenders, the ones that aren't afraid to pay $100 million for a dude, really make the most sense in terms of the financial abilities that they have is PSG in Paris and Manchester City in Manchester, obviously. Manchester United obviously have the money to afford Messi, but Manchester United just don't spend that type of money very rarely, right? Once in a while, they'll spend $100 million on a player, 40, 50, 60, but they don't do it as often. Manchester City actually I don't think they've ever spent $100 million, but they've had multiple summers where they spend like 50, 60 on several players in that same summer, right? Which ends up being way more than other teams spent on one player, even if that one player cost more. PSG obviously have purchased Neymar and Mbappe in the past, so they're not afraid to spend money either. PSG seems like a weird mix, a weird fit, if only because they already have Mbappe and Neymar who like don't play a lot of defense and are really big creating attackers. And adding a third guy that doesn't play a lot of defense and also does a lot of creating attacking might be difficult to play with, but who knows? I mean, and it's Messi. Obviously, that's a problem. You get him in the club and then you figure out what you're going to do after that. Manchester City makes a lot of sense because they already have a hole kind of where he could play for City. He could play right as the false nine, a system that would require the least amount of work from Messi, even though obviously I'm sure Pep would want more than Messi's willing to give at this point in his career. It makes sense because they played that position a lot this year between Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne and sometimes Raheem Sterling. Different people played that position, a position that Messi was basically born to play. It is awkward timing because it seems like Manchester City just agreed to a $100 million fee with Jack Grealish. But again, just like with PSG, you get Messi in the door and you figure the rest out later. Even though he is 34 and he gives you almost nothing on defense, the type of numbers defensively that like even for an attacker in modern football are really frustrating to work with. He's so great creatively as an attacker, as a goal scorer, as an assister. You just get him in the door, you figure it out. I want Messi to be in a situation that is good for him and allows him to play the last few years of his career, the last few good years of his career, really getting the most out of himself on teams that will spend to make him as good as possible, as opposed to in Barcelona where they're spending all their money just to keep him, and all their signings this summer have essentially been free transfers. Some good players, but they're still free transfers because they can't afford to spend money to get players. So yeah, this is exciting news, interesting, see what the hell's going to happen with Messi and the rest of his European career, but thank you for watching. Bye.